So nobody will truly know how many 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. cards, card number one, were actually produced. Some say a million or more. Some say as high as 30 million. Well, that's a huge gap. That's a huge difference, and we don't really know how many of these cards were produced. Lots of collectors say that entire sheets of just this card, card number one, were produced by Upper Deck. Former employees of Upper Deck have come forward and stated that the Griffies were produced in following years, as in after 1989. They say that there's uncut sheets of just card number one, and some employees have been rumored to actually have those uncut sheets still. So are they making it up, and is there any proof of this? Well, in the movie Jack of All Trades, we see a brief interview with Tom Guideman. He is employee number one of Upper Deck. He talks about card number one and how he designed it. Well, at least he takes credit for it. He mentions they printed Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards in 1990, explaining it was like printing money. It was like turning on a money-making machine where they're printing $20 bills. They're seeing this card go up in value. The employees are able to mass produce it after the fact and sell them. So you hear stories of 800 count boxes of just this card showing up at card shows, card shops, of Upper Deck employees trying to make money. That's kind of a rumor. There's not really proof of that, even though you might see pictures of 800 count boxes out there. So to produce cards after the fact, Guideman says it wasn't really illegal. It was just more kind of unethical. And guys, if you haven't already checked out my buddy Darren at Grunt Baseball, that's his YouTube channel for all things baseball quick clips. Also, his website, grunttalksmlb.com. Check him out when you get a chance. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Do it right now while you're thinking about it. It helps my channel grow, and I appreciate it. We kind of focus more on error cards on this channel, but we kind of do a lot of hobby stuff too, so I appreciate you subscribing. Let's get back into this. So Upper Deck had a reputation as being a trusted source in the hobby, so they don't really want that information to come to light that they produced a card after the fact in order to make money. It could water down the values of this card, but also cause collectors to distrust Upper Deck. Guideman says something interesting about these cards, that when they were produced in 1990, that they were on lighter cardstock. That 1990 cardstock was a little bit thinner than the 1989, even though I couldn't really find information to prove that. Now, Upper Deck has denied proof of these sheets being produced of Ken Griffey Jr.'s. Their opinion is that if this card were mass produced, that there's that many copies in existence, that it would not be worth as much as it is, and the market would kind of catch on to that. So what did Upper Deck have to lose? Well, they were the trusted name in the hobby, kind of coming on the scene in '89. They didn't want to mess that up. So back then they had a lot to lose. Now it doesn't really matter now if it comes to light. The card definitely is going to have quite a bit of value as it's kind of steadily gone up over time. It was worth about $20 at the time in 1990 that Upper Deck supposedly turned the machines back on and started printing these cards. So there's two problems with this theory. So no pictures of the uncut Ken Griffey Jr. cards exist. That's the biggest thing. And if they did, Upper Deck could just say, hey, we produced a few sheets as replacements. Okay, so supposedly Upper Deck would send out replacement cards. So the Ken Griffey Jr. card was in the very top left of the uncut sheet, and it was susceptible to damage. That corner could get dinged. So as the story goes, you could, if you got a dinged pack fresh card of card number one, you could mail it into Upper Deck and they would mail back a replacement in mint condition. So if this story were true with producing these sheets, and if a sheet came to light, Upper Deck could just say, oh yeah, that was a sheet that we produced for replacements. That was not for a money-making scheme. So it's kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. A lot of people may believe it to be true. There may be kind of a picture out there, but you got to have proof. And in this case, there's not a whole lot of proof. You can Google uncut sheets of Ken Griffey Jr.'s, and there's just not any out there. So for now, there's just really not a whole lot of credibility to this theory. And it's a theory that a lot of people hold on to. So I know there's people watching this video right now thinking I don't know what I'm talking about, that they were definitely overproduced. Some say as late as 1992 these cards were produced. So what do you guys think? Have you heard of this theory before? Well, it's an interesting theory. The evidence just isn't there to support it.